If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is March the 22nd, 2022, and today the topic is the Squire and the Mire. Y'all heard me, y'all. 22. I hope y'all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Monday. Well, a few significant things happened. I did record the show yesterday. I did work out yesterday. I ended up going live in my group to share about a package that I received from boldfaithcosmetics.com, where you guys know that if you guys decide to go there, you can get, I believe, 15% off when you use the coupon code MIRACLE, MIRACLE. I ordered some more lipsticks from them and everything like that, and I received the order yesterday, and so I did a shout out in my group. For those of you all that don't know my group, it's Unwind Self-Care and Sip Spa on Facebook. Right now it's a women's group, and it just, it's a group that I encourage us all to take time to unwind and everything like that. Not to forget self-care and all of that. So, yeah, it was nice going live in the group last night. I feel like, basically, I've gone live the past 3 days. Saturday, I went live because I did an unboxing for Mom Bomb. Then I went live on Sunday because I was giving my review on the products that I had from Mom Bomb. And then yesterday I went live to talk about Bold Faith Cosmetics. If you're interested in Mom Bomb, just use the coupon code MIRACLESIMS for 10% off there and everything like that. So, that's what yesterday looked like to me. Yeah. Aside from being a mom and all the rest of that and trying to get some rest in between, trying to get some rest in between when I filmed and then when I worked out and whatnot. So, that's what yesterday looked like for me. Today is going to be a little busy. I have 2 episodes of GSL to record and then, nothing really planned after that. So, kind of a chill day, no workout day, so we'll see what the Lord do with the rest of everything, but that's my general plan for today. But for now, I'm here to give you guys the juice, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, woke up at the sound of my alarm. Quite interesting. Okay, so let me tell you all how I got to the topic for today. So, I did my prayer meditation today. Before I did that, I don't know if this is TMI, but I ended up going to the bathroom. So I went or whatever, and while I was in there, it makes it sound like I was in there a long time. No, I went in there that long. But basically, while I was in there, the Squire and the Mire, the phrase, the Squire and the Mire came in my mind. And I just kept a mental note of it. I was like, I'll look up Bible verses centered around it, and I listened to my prayer meditation. And then I went back and looked at the verses that came up when I looked up the Squire and the Mire at Open Bible. Y'all know where I be going. I told y'all before. I thought I might have had the link on there. Okay, so I don't. But I have it in the juice for those of you all that are juicing with me. You know what I'm saying? You got your juice journals, everybody. openbible.info. Openbible.info is one of my resources. You know what I'm saying? So I went there and I entered the Squire and the Mire. And lo and behold, all these very interesting verses came up, and I found it to be quite interesting. And I was like, well, what's the deal with the Squire and the Mire? Because I think only one verse that I read had Mire in it. And I was like, where did they even get these from to put them with the Squire and the Mire? Like what was the correlation between me putting in that phrase and then them giving me these verses or whatnot. So as I was thinking about that, obviously I decided to define the words, and my first reaction to the definitions was like, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I almost didn't write them down because I was going to just be like, hey, well, you can look up Squire, you can look up Mire, but I ended up writing them down, and after I wrote them down, and then after I went a little deeper with my definitions, and then I started to write down the Bible verses. Next thing I know, things started clicking in a way where I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, I see what you did there. So this is what I got for y'all this morning, and let me share what came to me. All right. So when I looked up the definition for the word squire, it says a man of higher social standing who owns and lives on an estate in a rural area, especially the chief landowner in such an area. I was like, okay, interesting, So then I defined the word mire, and it says a stretch of swampy or boggy grounds. So as I was writing that down, I guess I felt led to go ahead and just look up the word boggy just to see what it says. And it says, too wet and muddy to be easily walked on. Marshy. And so I did look up marsh and all that as well, just to see what was going on. And I'm familiar with swampy, marshy land, so I'm just like, okay, but I guess that's where it kind of got interesting, because just when I was thinking like, well, what's the significance, right? I'm like, well, is there any benefits to marshy land, and everything like that? So I decided to look that up too, right? So I kind of Googled, benefits of marshy lands or marshlands or whatever. And it was interesting what I found. I mean, basically it was saying that, it provides food and environment for all kinds of plants and animals. It keeps away floods, all kinds of things. All kinds of things that is said about that. You guys can look that up. I'm gonna leave that for y'all for some homework. But yeah, y'all can look that up or whatever. I was going to write down some of the benefits, but I didn't. I didn't write them all down or anything. No, I didn't write them down. But y'all can easily Google, benefits of a marshland, right? And so, with that in mind, I started to write down the verses. Just and at that point, it just was like, okay, interesting, marshlands, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna write down these verses, X, Y, and Z. And I want to say after I wrote down maybe like the first two or something like that, this really interesting concept came in my mind. And it's in the Go Deeper section. I guess I might as well share it with you. Basically, I started to compare what I had read about the benefits of the marshlands, and I started to see the significance of that coinciding in some way with the significance of Jesus. And maybe these verses will help you guys get where I am mentally with this. But that was technically the inspiration for today. And so let me share. Let me go ahead and share with the verses that I felt led to share this morning. All right. So 1 John 1:10 says, if we say we have not sinned, we make him a liar, and his word is not in us. Okay. Let's keep going. So then 2 Corinthians 5:21 says, for our sake he made him to be sin who knew no sin, so that in him we might become the righteousness of God. Oof. Okay. I guess I'll pause there, right? Let's pause there for a second. um, so at that point, I think I started to kind of perhaps get a little bit of a revelation, or start to do that whole comparison game of how there's all of us, or a lot of us humans that don't see the significance of Jesus. We believe that we can have this relationship with God without Jesus, and according to the Bible, that's not true. Um, and I understand how controversial that is to say and everything like that. But I'm just telling you guys what I'm studying and everything like that. So with that being said, I guess, just like I was starting to think like, oh, well, what's the significance of the marshland? You know what I mean? Like, why do we have it? We can't walk on it. You know what I'm saying? But then again, just a little bit of digging, right? A little bit of going deeper allowed me to see, why marshlands are significant, right? Like I said, the things that stayed in my heart and mind was that, that it provided this, I guess, safety as well as nourishment, right, for plants and animals, for a variety of plants and animals. Like, Lord, you better, okay. for, for, for a variety, not just one type now, but for a variety of plants and animals. Um, you know, it protects land from being flooded, Oh, does that mean destroy? Are you telling me to, ways that lands could possibly be destroyed? It protects that. You know what, Lord? Um, y'all can go deeper. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go deeper and really look up those benefits of the marshlands, and maybe God will show you, how that correlates to Jesus and what He has done and what God has done with Him for us. But let me keep reading the Bible to y'all before I just go in on, I guess, on praise, because I'm just like, this random phrase, y'all. That's what blows my mind about my whole little experience here. Like, the most random things. Because even when I looked up, because I was like, is that the name of a book? The Squire and the Mire? Like, where did that even come from? And I tried to look that up, and the only thing I found was Mire, the Mire. I did find like there was a story called the Mire, but I didn't see the Squire and the Mire. And I just was like, where did that even come from? Like, did I was thinking, it showed me like a Bob Burgers episode, and I do watch Bob Burgers a lot as well. And I was like, did that video play last night while I was asleep? So I went back and looked in my I'm telling y'all how deep I went with this. I went back to look in my YouTube history to see like if that episode played last night while I was asleep. And it hadn't. I was watching something else. So I don't know, y'all. To me, this just blows my mind, like the things that God shows me in this time. But yeah, let me get back to the Bible, y'all. Let's get back to this Bible here. So let's see. Romans 8:1. It says, "There is therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. John 14:15 says, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments." Why in the world do we think we can do this without Jesus? I don't get it. Anybody that has read the Bible should understand that basic fact. Like, the whole thing is about Jesus. And how we are to have a relationship with God because of Jesus. Like, just accept the gift, y'all. Accept the gift. My goodness. Like, I mean, I guess we want to think that we can do it ourselves, right? And do it in our own way. And I get it. I know my husband tells me, like, when we had those conversations about different religions of different people, the way they grow up, I understand that has a huge effect on how people think and live and whatnot. which again, why believers, Christians, whatever the case is, that's why we need to be out here, being true representations of Christ. But I think alongside of that, people come up with this how can I say it? This skewed way of looking at that. They think that, oh yeah, be loving, be merciful, blah blah blah, and that's cool. I'm not saying don't do that, but you also have to understand that Jesus came with correction to people as well, and truth and love to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all are gonna see, like in the Go Deeper section, there's a lot of lengthy verses and sections and whatnot that I wrote down for the Go Deeper section for today. But if you all take the time to read it, man, then hopefully it brings more substance to this conversation of the importance of Jesus and everything like that. But then not even just that, but like just more, I guess, behind the scenes information regarding this. But yeah, I mean, just to keep it simple for the juice, those are the verses that I felt led to share thus far. I have one more section. This one's kind of lengthy, this verse here, or these verses. But let me just go ahead and put it on the record here. It's John 3:5-7. It says, Jesus answered, truly, truly, I say unto you, unless one is born of water and the Spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of God. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Do not marvel that I said to you, you must be born again. That's the juice, y'all. That's the juice this morning. If nothing else, I hope that you all have received this message that we can't do nothing without Jesus. That, God sent Jesus as that buffer, right? As that marshy, land, that marshland for us. Hopefully, as we start to reflect on the significance of that, we'll start to honor it a little bit more, that's the juice, y'all. Y'all can go deeper. Plenty of verses to go deeper with. And if you feel so led, I hope that you guys go deeper with that little challenge to compare the benefits of a marshland to the significance of Jesus. Very eye-opening for me today, and that is the juice. The Bible verse of today is Zechariah 14:9. It says, and the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Hello, charmers. Visit ttcboutique.com for the latest in fashion and accessories. Twice the charm, the source of women clothing.